Hey guys, welcome to the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage. My wife Karis and I have trekked over to Japan from Australia to hike this ancient route south of Osaka. We flew into Osaka yesterday, took a train ride down to the coastal town of Tanabe, and then we took a 45-minute bus ride north of Tanabe to Takajiri, which is where we are now, the start of the Nakahechi route on the Kumano Kodo. And we're going to spend the next 5 days walking. It's going to be Karis' longest multi-day walk ever, so I'm excited to bring her into my world a little bit for the first time, and yeah, we're really pumped to show you guys the sights and the sounds of the Kumano Kodo. Let's go. So the Nakahechi route is about 70 kilometers long, and it's not a walk in the park. As you can already see, we're bloody climbing up a mountain straight out of Takajiri. It's only about 4 kilometers for us into our first little town stop at Takahara. So we'll probably get a bite to eat and some like refill on water and stuff like that there. But day one, we're planning to walk about 17.5 kilometers and hopefully find a campsite at the end of that. So that's the plan. We're gonna keep climbing this mountain. This is one of those spots on the Kumano Kodo that I've seen lots of videos of. In Japanese, I think hiking through this cave and through this gap is Tainai Kuguri, which means passing through the womb. So I'm gonna give it a go, even though it's about the same width as my body. My pack's probably even thicker. Oh, jeez. Oh, far out. Did it. Alright, so the Kumano Kodo is one of the dual UNESCO Heritage listed pilgrimages, and both the Camino de Santiago and the Kumano Kodo have these passport sort of stamp booklets. So as you go along the trail, you reach shrines or villages or I don't know, homestays, whatever it may be, and you can add stamps to your book to kind of track your progress and have something to look back on, which is really cool. So we've just reached the first one on trail, and there should be a stamp in here, and we'll add it to our book, which is pretty cool. Karis and I are going to be walking the Camino de Santiago straight after the Kumano Kodo, so we'll be ticking off both of the dual UNESCO Heritage listed pilgrimages over about a month or two, which is really exciting, heading to Spain straight after Japan. Alright, let's put the stamp in. Look at that. How cool. How's this hill, babe?
It's killing me. When are we there yet? When do we get there?
We have just reached the first viewpoint. At the top of the first mountain. It is stunning, super green and very lush out here in the mountains. Very much looking forward to the rest of this hike.
Gosh, and cable ties. We made it to Takahara, and there is a little rest stop here, and so we've got some rice balls, bamboo rice balls, and we've also got iced chocolate and an iced coffee. So we're going to have a little bit of a rest before we continue our journey. Creamu. Okay. There is.
Oh, cool. Lemon water. We are just on our way up another big climb out of Takahara. It's been a fairly steep start to the Kumano Kodo. We've got about 10 or 12 kilometers the steep uphill, and it should be a little bit more relaxed for the rest of the day. So we've just reached the high point for day one. I think it was just over 600 meters above sea level. And on the way up, we did a few up and downs. So we've done almost 1,000 meters of vertical climbing, which was more than I expected today. Pretty difficult, but both feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling great.
That's what I like to hear. And I think it's mostly downhill on some really nice switchbacks, so far at least, all the way to camp tonight. And the forest is beautiful, and the sun is kind of in that point in the sky where it's coming through the forest at a diagonal, and it's stunning out here. So yeah, maybe an hour or two till we get to the village, and then we'll set up camp.
Living my best life.
We have made it to Chikatsu village, which is our final stop for day one. Done about 16 and a half kilometers so far. Our current goal is to find the supermarket, stock up on some supplies, maybe get some dinner, and then go find our campsite. But yeah, incredible first day, and can't wait for the rest of the trip. All right, we found our campsite. It is a beautiful spot, right next to the river, right in the forest, stunning. We got here just before the campground closed, so that was lucky. This is Iris Park, Caravan Park and Campground, I guess, and they found a spot for us. And yeah, the sun's probably about an hour away from setting. Very successful first day on the Kumano Kodo. You enjoy it?
I loved it. I think I'm going to be very sore tomorrow though.
Yeah, Karis was feeling it the last kilometre or so. I think we had like a kilometre off trail on the other side of town to get to this, our campsite, which is never what you want after a long day. But I think, yeah, we managed pretty well, and it was obviously really beautiful today. Yeah. Tomorrow we are walking longer than we did today, so we're going to have dinner and get some sleep. See you in the morning. Good morning on day 2 of the Kumano Kodo. We have just packed up our tents, leaving camp nice and early. It was pretty cold last night and it's pretty chilly this morning, but we've got a big day ahead of us. We're going from Chikatsu to Hongu, which is roughly 25 kilometers, and there'll be plenty of hills as well. So let's get moving.
I'm scared. Koi. Oh, scratchies.
We've done probably 7 or 8 kilometres of road walking through villages this morning, which has been nice, but excited to get back onto the trails now. It's been a beautiful start to the day. Stopped for breakfast and coffee.
Oh, it was so
this
good.
lovely French dude who moved to Japan 2 years ago, set up shop on the Kumano Kodo, and is just serving really good coffee and food.
Oh, hot chocolate was
and
incredible.
hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So we took full advantage of that and making very good progress on the road. But back to the trails now. Got some hills ahead. Should be interesting. We just got up to the top of a very steep climb. How you feeling, babe?
Oh, I feel good. Like when you get to the peak, it's like, you know, you just feel released. Like I've done it, I feel good. But getting up there was a bit hard. There was a section there I was like, no.
So steep.
It was so steep. And the gravel was like slippery. I was like, oh, but we got up there.
Now, downhill.
Yeah, downhill, so.
Let's go. We have been walking for 23 kilometres today, about 9 hours, and this is the first civilization we've really come across, which compared to yesterday was quite different. We saw a few towns and a few places to get food, but if you know Japan, you know vending machines are pretty much anywhere there's a road, and we found one. Gonna get some Coke, which will be very nice. We probably didn't bring enough calories with us today. It's been a long day, lots of hills, and some Coke is gonna hit the spot. We have made it to Hongu, which is home to one of the 3 grand shrines on the Kumano Kodo. We have actually got here quite late though, so we're going to try and find where we're staying for the night. And tomorrow we'll probably spend a bit of time here in Hongu and we'll check out the shrine and a few of the other cool spots in the area, but very happy to make it to town. Alright, so we originally planned to camp in Hongu tonight, but I didn't plan well enough ahead, and the campsite's like 3 kilometers out of town and we're exhausted, so very lucky to find a room at this little backpackers in the middle of town. Got here just in time and they had a cancellation last minute, so we've got a couple of beds, we've got a shower. It's going to be a bit fancier than we planned, but we're very excited. How are you feeling, Karis?
Ooh, glad to be in a private room. Let's just say that. I've got a bit of a sore foot. My plantar fascia, which is usually quite good, has been playing up just like midway through the hike. And then I've had this weird sore tendon here, which doesn't hurt at all. And like right now, like even pressing on it, but when it's in the shoe, it hurts. So I don't know if it's a shoe or if it's got a tendon hurts. So.
Today was your longest hiking day ever.
Yeah, it was.
We did 28 kilometers.
Ooh.
So it's probably no surprise that you're hurting a little bit, but tomorrow should be a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
And you can recover for the rest of the hike.
Yeah. Thank God.
Alright, we are just leaving our little accommodation here in Hongu, and it is pouring down with rain out there today. Luckily we are planning to take it pretty easy today. We're going to check out a few of the sights and sounds of Hongu, the Grand Shrine, potentially go check out an onsen, which is a few kilometre hike away, and then camp nearby in the area tonight. So Hopefully the rain won't cause us too much trouble. It's not going to be a full hiking day for us. And fingers crossed it clears up a bit for us tomorrow when we're back on trail. So we've just spent all morning exploring the giant torii gates and the grand shrine here in Hongu. There's signs everywhere to not film in these areas because they are sacred sites, so didn't get really any footage, but really interesting learning a bit more about the culture and the history of the Kumano Kodo and the reason pilgrims would walk all this way. Yeah, people have been walking this exact route for literally thousands of years. The Shinto and Buddhist religions are very prevalent throughout this area, and like the blending of the two religions is a big part of this pilgrimage and this whole region of Japan. So cool getting some context into the complexities and the depth of this route and this walk that we're undertaking. So we've decided to walk the few kilometre long trail between Hongu and Yunomine Onsen, which apparently is one of the oldest onsens in all of Japan. So we feel like we can't miss it. So on our rest day, we're going to walk a few Ks over this mountain, and it'll be Karis and I's first ever like public onsen experience. So it should be quite interesting, and then we'll find somewhere to camp tonight. But it's been a brilliant day so far. The rain has left, and hopefully it stays away while we keep walking.
Oh, that's still waiting, fast waiting, when you have your own private one.
Where are we, Karis?
Yunomine.
Yunomine
Oh, Yunomine. Yunomine.
Onsen town.
Onsen town. This is the place where you cook vegetables.
In the hot spring?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. It reminds me of Spirited Away, like the onsen village. That it's like the main focus of the bathhouse.
Yeah.
So cool.
What are they doing here?
Cooking their eggs. They cook their eggs here, and apparently they wash them or like cool them down, I guess, over there. But this is 60 degrees, apparently.
That's just natural hot spring water.
Yeah, natural hot spring.
Hot enough to boil eggs.
Yeah, crazy. So there is a women's bath. So there's no bath mix with hot onsen water and cold water. There are two bathtubs.
So I just had my first onsen experience in the Yunomine public onsen. Wasn't too busy, which was a nice introduction to onsens, but incredible. It's like just super hot, healing water, and soaked in there for a while, which is really nice. So we just took a short bus ride from the onsen, and now we have reached our campsite for the night. Today was pretty much a rest day. Even though we did a bit of hiking and a bit of exploring, we didn't make much progress on the Kumano Kodo itself, but incredible day, and this campsite is unreal. It's a bit of rain falling, but there's a river flowing just behind where we set up the tent, and we're just in this valley, green, beautiful mountains either side. We've got 2 more days of hiking after this until we reach Nachi. Just absolutely loving it so far, and really, really excited for the next couple of days. So we heard about this public hot spring on the side of the river here, like a 10-minute walk from camp. So we're gonna go check it out. Yeah, it's open air, outdoors, right on the river, and you can wear your bathers in there, so it should be fun. All right, so we've made it down to the hot spring. It is hot, very hot, probably like 50 plus degrees, like you can't stay in very long, but the river's right behind me and the river's really cold, so we've been jumping back and forth, doing a bit of, you know, cold water exposure into like hot water exposure, which is probably good for our tired legs after a couple big days of hiking. But yeah, super cool little free hot spring, I guess, right next to the river, right near our campsite. We're gonna make the most of it.
I'm gonna dive.
Commit. How cold?
It's freezing! Oh, I don't know which one I prefer. Probably that one.
It's so hot.
It's so hot.
What's for dinner, Karis?
We have some shin ramen and it hits the spot.
With some bread?
Right.
Yummy. Day 4 on the Kumano Kodo begins. We just packed up our tent at this beautiful campground. It's actually really an amazing spot in the river valley here. For those wondering, it's Tanabe Kawaii camping ground and highly recommend this place. It's like 1,200 yen per person per night, so pretty affordable. And we're walking now to the bus stop nearby, which is going to take us a couple kilometers back to the Kumano Kodo. Today should be a pretty relaxed day, less than 15 kilometers planned, and yeah, we've only got 2 days left on trail, so we'll make the most of it. That is our destination for tonight, Koguchi. Only about 13 kilometers, so should be a relatively easy day in comparison to the last few.
I'm dying.
How you feeling?
We're nearly at the top, so that's the only thing keeping me going right now.
Almost at the top.
Oh my gosh.
So many hills.
There it is. Never ending. It never ends that way too. We've made it to Koguchi and it's only 12 o'clock, so we're going to find our tent site and then we are going to explore the town. Maybe swim in the river.
Shorter day today.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Which is good.
And we like powered it up those hills, so it was good.
All right, let's go. So here is our tent setup next to all the other tents, and right behind is the river here. So we're thinking we might go for a quick dip, but there's no hot spring this time to warm up in, so we'll see.
Get under. Come on.
Alright, we are all set up here in Koguchi town. Very cute little town. There's like rivers running through it. We've just set up our tent at the campground, which is right on the river again. And as we arrived, this little like coffee shop thing, like really tiny setup, opened up, and I got a really nice barista coffee from this Japanese dude who actually lived in Australia a couple of years ago, and we had a good chat, which was nice. But we're going to head to the supermarket now, or the little general store, I guess. I don't think it's very big. It's quite a small town here, and we're going to stock up on some food so we can cook dinner for ourselves tonight and have snacks for our final day on trail tomorrow.
What's for dinner, hon?
We are cooking up some ramen, same as every other night, but we're able to get some bacon and some mushrooms from just the local general store to add to the ramen, so it should be a little tastier and a little more wholesome, I think, tonight, which will be good. Cooking up.
Yummy?
Yum, just what I needed
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
in my tummy.
Good morning on day 5 of the Kumano Kodo. It is our last day on trail, which is a little sad, but we're excited for another beautiful day out here. We're just leaving our campsite bright and early. It'll be our earliest start, around 6 a.m. Very cold. Has not been this cold on trail so far, usually because we're sleeping about this time every morning, but we decided to get up bright and early because we want to make it to Nachi around midday, which is the end point, give us some time to explore town, and then we've got a couple hours on the train back to Tanabeh where we originally started. That's where we booked the hotel. So it's going to be a big day. We've got a massive hill climb to start the day as well that we've heard some things about. Apparently it's pretty tough. So we're going to get going and hopefully warm up.
Up we go. Snack break.
Snack break.
How's the hill so far, babe?
It never ends.
It's a long hill.
But we're close.
We've got to be close.
We made it. Woo! Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Nearly. Nearly didn't though.
We made it to the pass. 800 meters of climbing. 3 hours. Oh, down here from here.
Yeah.
Oh, down here from here.
Oh,
Oh, downhill
From here.
from here.
Alright, we're within 5 kilometers of Nachi now, which is our finishing point of the Kumano Kodo. Cannot wait to see the Grand Shrine and the waterfall there. But we're about to hit a viewpoint where supposedly we're going to get our first look at the ocean and of Nachi town from the trail, which is super exciting.
The last few steps, Karis. How are you feeling?
I'm so hungry.
Hungry?
My knee hurts.
Sore.
My feet hurt. I'm ready to go to the waterfall and eat.
Ready to see the end.
Yeah.
You're going to miss it though once we're done.
Yeah, I will. I'm actually sad, but at the same time, like, I'm stuffed. So it's like two things, like, enjoy it because it's gonna not last forever.
Yeah.
We have made it to Nachi after 5 days on the Kumano Kodo. Feels very good to finally be here. We're going to check out the Grand Shrine. We're going to check out the famous Nachi waterfall, which is a big highlight of this region, and collect our final stamps for our pilgrim passport. We did it. Our last stamp at Nachi Grand Shrine. We finished the Kumano Kodo. 5 incredible days in this beautiful region of Japan. It was a hard trail actually, harder than I thought. Most of it is on trail and it's lots of hills, lots of big climbs, pretty technical in parts, but overall just an epic experience. I had the best time. So stoked that Karis, who's behind the camera, joined me for this trip. It was her longest ever hike and our first hike longer than sort of 3 days together, which is, yeah, really awesome. We're actually heading over to Spain in about a month to hike the Camino de Santiago, which is the other half of the UNESCO dual pilgrimage. So we've ticked one off, the Kumano Kodo, and next month we'll be on the Camino. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, epic time. We've just taken a bus from Naichi back to Katsura here, and we're about to jump on a train back to Tanabe, which is about a 2-hour ride, and we're going to stay the night back where we started this journey. Really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe to the video to catch the future adventures, including the Camino next month, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.